If you grew up in a place like this, or even this, you were rich. Let me explain. When we were growing up in the Caribbean, we were told one thing over and over. You were poor and the real opportunities are abroad. But what if I told you that this was one of the biggest lies ever told to us? Let me break it down. We weren't just not poor, but we were rich in ways we didn't even realize. And as the years passed, that truth became glaringly obvious. First of all, who came up with the idea that having fresh air, a backyard full of mango trees, and the freedom to run about barefooted was poverty? They had us thinking that not having the latest gadgets or fast food meant we were behind. Now, looking back, the joke is on them. While many countries were drowning in processed foods and pollution, we were eating real food straight from the land. Breadfruit roasting on an open flame, ackee and saltfish and dumpling, and ripe bananas picked fresh from the tree. Those weren't just meals, they were luxury in disguise. Organic food is now $1 billion industry abroad, but we had it for free. What a thingy. Now let's talk about health. While other nations were struggling with obesity and heart disease from their modern diet, we were running around like track stars, fueled by natural nutrients and sun-kissed fruit. Or, we were living like royalty. For years, the dream of leaving the Caribbean to the first world was sold to us like a ticket to paradise. Move to America or England and your life will be set, they said. But when many of us made the leap, we found out that the grass wasn't really greener, it was just colder. In the Caribbean, we woke up to the sounds of birds chirping and waves crashing. Well, not all of us, but most of us. While over there, abroad, it was alarm clocks and traffic jams.
A live look at traffic. This is that annual shot we see every year.
Life abroad isn't all it's cracked up to be. Believe me, high taxes and expensive rent.
Rental prices have gotten so out of hand that people are renting out beds on their kitchen floor for almost $1,000 a month. Things are getting so bad that even new immigrants are starting to leave Canada because they can't afford to live here.
And long winters that have you questioning your life choices. And here's the irony. The same North Americans and Europeans who told us that their countries were better, they are the ones now flocking to buy beachfront properties in Jamaica, Barbados and St. Lucia. They are retiring in the same islands they told us to leave, sipping coconut water while we're there shivering in negative 15 degrees. This one stung the most because it made us feel like we had to leave to make something of ourselves. Sure, the Caribbean does have its challenges. Every place does. But what we didn't realize back then was how much potential the region held. And I think a lot of people right now still don't realize. Tourism is one of the biggest industries in the world. And guess what? We're living in the heart of it. People save their entire lives just to afford one vacation to places we call home. We grew up near beaches people would pay thousands just to see. Plus, we are surrounded by a culture that sells itself. And now as global conversations turn towards what they call sustainability and wellness, the Caribbean's natural resources and lifestyle are more valuable than ever. Listen, my friend, we had and still have what the world wants. Authenticity, warmth, and a connection to nature. No, they said we were missing out because we didn't have big theme parks and fancy malls. But ask anyone who grew up in the Caribbean and they will tell you our childhoods were magic. We didn't need video games. We had outdoor adventures. We made kites. I remember making the kites from scraps of paper and bamboo and string. We played cricket in the streets and swam in rivers that seemed endless. We were free, truly free. No screens, no artificial fun. Just pure imagination and connection. Compare that to kids today, glued to their devices, barely stepping outside. If you really grew up in the Caribbean, you'd know the joy of catching guppies in a bottle or tiki-tiki, climbing a tree and picking guinea. Those memories to me are priceless. And no amusement park can ever compete. This one is almost laughable now. The same countries that called us poor are now eyeing our resources, our culture and lifestyle like hawks. Our music, reggae, dancehall, soca has influenced global trends. Our food, oh my gosh, don't even talk about that. They're taking over kitchens worldwide, from jerk chicken to patties. Even our languages, even though so many people don't want to refer to them as languages.
Crazy?
But that's what we speak. the patois, the Creole, depending on the island you are from, they're being celebrated as unique cultures. Think about the way people in London talk these days. People in Toronto. The patois is such a major part of the way they talk these days that they're actually claiming it as their own. And let's not forget the millionaires buying up properties on Caribbean islands. They've realized what we always had, and it's simple. A life filled with sunshine, flavor, and soul. My friend, that's priceless. The lies we were told about Caribbean life was never about us. They were about making us believe we need to leave to find value. But the truth is, my friend, we, Caribbean people, we have always been rich. Rich in culture, rich in resources, rich in life. It's time we stop letting others define our worth and start embracing what we've always known deep down. If you look carefully, the Caribbean isn't just home. It's paradise. I hope our leaders can see this because so many of them have sold out. Drop your island's flag in the comments if you're representing your country's pride.